All right, mister, I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
I can't open the envelope without the...
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne.
I like that. And you're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see chorus.
Right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more, he don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh my God, it's the news guys. And oh my God, look, it's Liz.
It's me. Hello. How is everyone?
No. It doesn't matter what they think. How are you doing today, Liz?
I'm just ducky. I came here straight from my job, so if I yawn a lot later, don't take offense, gang. I've been up since 5.
But hello. Fine. Hello. Welcome everybody to the chat. We say Manos, we see Miraculous. Hello, Ellen, Caleb, honka honka.
Good day, Caleb.
Hey, buddy. Hello. But let's jump into the news. The first exciting bit of news today, well, at least for me, because I'm a horror nerd. Here we go. We have Osgood Perkins' first little tidbit since Longlegs, which was less than a year ago. We're getting a little bit more from him. He's giving us his 5th film, I believe. We are going to be getting a Stephen King adaptation produced by James Wan, and it seems like he's going to be going for a little bit more horror comedy than anything. It's from Neon, so that's definitely a good, they're one of the kind of up there with Bleecker Street and A24 in regards to those guys who produce great stuff. So I know you're not a horror nerd like me.
No, but you know
I'm
what?
I'm curious what you think.
I think I'm gonna see this. I really liked the trailer when I saw it for the first time a couple months back. I think I'm gonna check it out. I don't like gore, but I really like this cast, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up and see it, I think.
Yeah, I think this is definitely really exciting. It's a very, it's a short story. It's like 10 pages long, so he doesn't have, a ton to work with, but I've been anticipating this trailer and this movie for a while. And it's again not even like a year since Longlegs. We got that in like July, and we're getting this now. So well, not now, but like in a couple months. So it's just awesome. Like Osgood Perkins has become one of my favorite working directors, along with Mike Flanagan and Robert Eggers. I like Theo James, Tatiana Maslany when she's not playing She-Hulk. She's a great actress, and Elijah Wood's also great. So, I'm stoked for this. It's just like we got James Wan based on Stephen King. Perkins, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Well, so aside from Longlegs, what else has he done that I might have heard of?
He did Black Coat's Daughter. That was his first movie. Then he did I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, which is one of, if not the most underrated horror film of the century, in my humble opinion, because it got so much hate for no reason, and was breathtakingly amazing. I was shocked with how great it was. And then he did Gretel and Hansel, which was unfortunately not that great. He tried to be like Diet Eggers, but it didn't work. It was like he's like, guys, I can do The Witch too, and it's like, buddy, no, you can't. I'm sorry. It's a decent movie, but it's like you're just watching the movie. You're like, I could be watching The Witch right now. I mean, they're good performances. It's a very well made period piece. Got some good surrealist ideas, but it overall falls flat majorly. It's not as good as his 3 other films. So
Well, again, I'm looking forward to this one. I liked what I saw in the trailer, the gore side, but again, it's a great cast, so I think I'm going to check it out for sure.
I like how Theo James is really proving himself. He's like, I'm not just a pretty boy. I swear I can act. So that's really nice. I will say his his American accent's a little wonky though, but like here's the
Yeah,
thing, but the thing is I
that's all
like it
right.
because it helps with the overall like tone with the movie. Like it works. Like I like
Okay.
how like he's definitely doing the thing that some actors do. Christopher Eccleston does this as well, where they over enunciate every single syllable. But as I said, it like works with the overall kind of weird surreal tone of the movie and
Yeah.
what it's going for. So
Yeah.
like I don't mind it. I don't mind. I like how he's like kind of doing it. Maybe it's a choice. Maybe it's like he's doing it intentionally. I don't know, but this is awesome. Love to see it. Love
Cool.
I get as you said, loving this cast and look at there he is. Oh my god, he looks so much like his dad. It's fucking crazy.
Uh,
But yeah, he's definitely a talent to be reckoned with. I know pretty much all of his movies have been mixed. They're not for everyone, but I
mhm.
have I
You
have really
liked Long.
liked. I loved Long Legs. That was my favorite movie of last year.
All
I
right.
I absolutely adored that film.
That's awesome.
Um Caleb, damn monkeys first outbreak and 28 days later. Now this, hey, you're forgetting like 3 monkey movies from last year. You got Monkey Man, which is not actually about monkeys, but it's in the title. You got Godzilla X Kong, and then you had Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now we're getting more
Right.
monkeys. We
And
got
right at
Better
the tail
Man.
end
Now
of
we're getting
right,
this.
and right at the beginning of that was the Godzilla -1 time frame too. So just monkeys everywhere.
No, I don't.
Not
Well,
that
Godzilla minus one didn't
no,
really have
Godzilla, no,
monkeys
never
though.
mind. I no, because you said Kong and so never mind. Never mind,
It's
gang.
fine. You're good. It's
Never
okay.
mind. Been up since
Um,
5. Sorry.
Whoever the studio executive is that said that they should keep their mouth shut and learn from the flat. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Antonio.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm not
Antonio, though,
sure.
but I don't know what you're
Hi,
talking about.
Antonio.
But the next thing that we wanted to get into on a sort of a sadder note is unfortunately the great, legendary, amazing David Lynch has unfortunately passed away at the age of 78. We wanted, well, I wanted to talk about it. I don't know, Liz, you said you're kind of not as much aware of his work
Yeah.
as
I'm aware of him. I'm aware of his work. I just have not really seen much of it.
right.
That's just not my wheelhouse. So I'm more comfortable letting you take over this one.
Yeah. I have seen a couple of his movies. I've seen Blue Velvet. That was good. I saw at Racerhead, which was amazing. And then I saw Lost Highway, which I think deserves another watch. But to be fair, most of David Lynch's movies need another watch to really get. I plan, although Caleb just mentioned it in the chat, I plan to watch The Elephant Man soon. That's the movie I really want to watch because that's a favorite among many, and that was kind of the most mainstream thing of his outside of probably Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. Now I want to watch the entirety of Twin
Yes.
Peaks.
Yeah. I've been meaning to get into Twin Peaks. I've heard such good
But
things.
it's just like it's not just like it's not just his movies. I think what really hurts is just like his personality and his vibe and the way he he was. It's like, oh, this guy makes weird movies. Well, what is he like in real life? And you're like, that's exactly who I imagined, but like in the
Yeah.
best possible way. Like he was not like weird for weird's sake. It's just like, oh, that's just who he was. And that's like really great. And he was wholesome, but he was like at the same time, like he was brutally honest. Like I still, one of my favorite interviews with him or like clips of interviews was when he was talking about when George Lucas met with him to direct Return of the Jedi, and he was like describing these things to him, and David Lynch was like so not fucking into it. Ironically, he would go on to do Dune, which is what inspired Star
Right.
Wars, but like it was just like him just talking about it. He was like, he was describing these things called Wookiees. And I was really starting to get a really bad migraine at this point. I just really wanted to get home. It's just like, George, this is your movie. I think you should direct it. He was like on the phone with his agent. He's like, I really don't want to fucking do this movie. The way he describes it is way funnier, but it's, that's just kind of the vibe
Yeah.
he was. And how he really was, and he was just like such an immense talent, and he was like definitely of the type of guy that just, I don't know, he was just so weirdly lovable. Yeah, it just like the just his brutal honesty was great, especially in this like hive of like regurgitation of like the same shit over and over again. Like
Yeah.
someone like went on this long thing of like, okay, there's, product placement, this thing about product placement, it's like getting more and more traction. And he takes like a couple seconds to get the question out, and he's like, David Lynch, what are your thoughts on that? And he's just like, bullshit. Next question.
Hey,
I just love that.
sometimes less is more, you know?
Yeah. And Bob's Big Boy, one of his favorite restaurants as well. But yeah, I mean, Blue Velvet was very good, and Lost Highway was definitely something, but Razorhead is definitely great. I've wanted to see a ton of his movies. I just haven't had the time to. But it's just like he's a personality that will always be remembered. He's a legend. He will forever
Yeah.
be a legend. He will leave behind a legacy of amazing films and shows and short films, and a personality that will never be forgotten. But this one out of all the recent like celebrity deaths, I think out of all of them, this one has hurt the most in like a while. Maybe because it's like I want to be a director. I've like been kind of inspired by like the way he like has done stuff in the past that I'm like, okay. And just the way, just he's like, I have my vision. I'm not gonna stray from that vision, and you all could suck my dick if you don't fucking agree with me. So, David Lynch was just amazing at every facet of the word. Um, you know, but his family has said, remember, there's a big hole in the world now that he's no longer with us. But as he would say, keep your eye on the donut and not the hole. um One of his shining moments when he couldn't pay for trades, couldn't pay for ads in the trades. He had to be like, well, I can't pay for ads, but Laura Dern gave the best performance of all time in Inland Empire, so for your consideration. So he went on Hollywood Boulevard with a cow and the placard for Laura Dern.
I
And
love
he's
it.
like, one of the all-time great actresses, she can play anything. you
And it's
know
true.
she's a legend. And Patricia Arquette had tons of kind things to say. The Lost Highway, that's the most recent one of his. I watched it a couple months ago. Definitely very intriguing film, but definitely needs another watch to really comprehend.
Okay.
But he, the the ongoing light in Hollywood is now going to shine even less without him in it. But let's move on from the sadder things today. Well, I guess it's still kind of sad, but um,
Yeah.
apparently, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse star says they still haven't been contacted to record lines. Um, Thoughts on this as someone who's a Marvel head?
I
Uh,
mean, I'm kind of surprised because we know that they're like ready to start. We know that they've put stuff together, that the script is done, but they also haven't been told like you're not coming back. So I'm not sure what the holdup is exactly, but
yeah, no way this movie is going to come out in 2027. I'm just going to say that.
yeah, I mean, if they haven't even started, recording anything, then
I
no.
mean, the
It's,
whole thing with like there was so much controversy, not just in regards to Shamik Moore, but like the
yeah,
animators are not getting paid. Um, and now it seems like we're never gonna get this movie, which is like, congrats, you made a cliffhanger movie without an ending. All
that's
right,
the
what are we gonna
worst.
do now?
It's just
It's
and
just
the
like
movies are great. They're so good. They're
they're
so
great, but it's
entertaining.
just like if you planned a fucking two-part movie, you had to
Yeah,
have this in the bag. Like you had to have
right.
like most like with, we're going to be talking about this later, but like with James Cameron with, doing all the Avatar sequels, he's been like doing
Yeah.
them like he's recorded like what, like 75% of Avatar 4 at this point,
Yeah.
and 3
Yeah,
hasn't
they're
even come
almost
out
wrapped
yet.
on that. Yeah.
So like, what do you do? Why are you making like same with like Back to the Future parts 2 and 3? Those were shot back to back, and
Right.
it's like those came out. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna leave it on this cliffhanger ending. I'm back from the future, and then like, oh, we're not gonna get Back to the Future Part 3 until 2000. It's like,
Right.
what are you doing?
Right.
Why would you do that? Like Lord of the Rings, it's not like Peter Jackson did the first 2 movies, and nope, we're not getting
then
Return of
sat
the
on
King
'em,
until
right.
2020.
Caleb says we're gonna get Batman Part 3 before the next Spider-Verse. So.
Not before the next
Uh,
Spider-Verse, the next Spoderverse.
yeah,
That's
Spider-Verse.
exactly. But but yeah, it's just like, you guys, what are you doing?
It's a
Like,
bummer for me. I love these films.
it's a bummer for a
I
lot of
can't
people.
wait for
Like,
the next
I'm
one. Yeah.
stoked,
Yeah.
and we were
Sorry,
promised
Caleb.
like something amazing, and it's just like we're not. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know
It's a bummer.
what's,
It's a bummer.
because it's like they haven't renewed their contract. So I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so much controversy. I think Sony doesn't want to do it. Maybe they're jealous that their animated movies are better than their shitty live action Spider-Man movies, but like, I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
just,
money's money though, right? Like if you're making money, who cares what form? I don't understand it. I really don't.
I
Oh
really
well.
don't.
Oh well.
But it's it's a blow, but it's it's something that you got to work with, I guess. I hope that we get it at least before the next decade. That would be nice. As long as we get it before like 2030, that should be, okay.
Yeah.
But moving on, we're moving on to our next point, which is quick hits. We got to get that elevator music into here.
Pew, pew.
We have a lot of clips. Hang on. And there we go. Okay.
Okay.
So quick hits, is something
Your
comic
microphone's
related.
Sorry.
Am I not coming in?
No, you're good now. You were a little funny though. Yeah,
Okay,
you're good
cool.
now.
First things first. Absolute Batman and Ultimate Spider-Man, the 2 most popular superheroes.
Cool.
They're the best-selling comics of 2024. Shock to no one. Thoughts?
Cool. Good for you guys.
Congrats. Maybe comic books aren't totally dead. They're dead. Anyway, the next thing is The Equalizer. Apparently, Titus Welliver and Juani Feliz to headline potential spinoff for CBS. I don't watch the Queen Latifah show. I only care about Denzel Washington, so I couldn't give less of a fuck even if I tried. Thoughts?
I have watched a couple episodes of the Queen Latifah show, but I didn't know it was still currently running, so good for them.
Neither did I. I thought it got canceled. Anyway, next thing we have, Greta Gerwig's Narnia film is officially releasing in theaters. It will have a 4-week exclusive theatrical run before releasing on Netflix around Christmas 2026. Not watching it because Greta Gerwig will undoubtedly ruin Chronicles of Narnia. Thoughts?
I'm gonna watch it, but I don't like that she said it's a completely new take. A very new take is the exact quote. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
It's almost like getting the woman who recently did the feminist Wet Dream movie to do a movie that is heavily based in Christian theology isn't going to work. Wow, who would have thought? Anyway, next thing.
Yay.
Apparently, Ben Stiller was asked about the Tom Cruise spin-off of Tropic Thunder. He said there have been interchanges about it over the years. Tom Cruise, one of my favorite human beings, one of our great movie stars of all time. It would be fun, but there is nothing in the works, but we have discussed it in the past. Haven't seen the movie, so don't really care, even though Les Grossman, for one, I've seen as a kind of funny character. Thoughts?
You never saw Tropic Thunder?
I've never seen Tropic Thunder.
John.
I started watching it, but
yeah.
I watched it when I was when it came out. So I was like 10, 11 years old. And the extremely fake guts being spilled out of the guy in the beginning of the movie, I didn't realize it was a joke. So I was like, ah! And then left. And
okay.
never watched it
well, A, you need to watch it.
I know.
B, it would never work today, which is why this will actually never ever happen. They'll
It'll
never
never
make
happen.
a spin-off with Tom Cruise's character. Even though Tom Cruise totally surprised me, this was like considered his comeback at the time, because a couple of the things he had done before that had kind of flopped, and then he had that shitty divorce. So this was kind of his comeback. He was doing comedy for the first time ever, and it blew everybody's minds because he actually was extremely funny and just put it all out on the table. But it would never work today. It's never going to happen. We're never going to see it. So just continue to watch.
I don't
Trump
get why
comebacks.
everyone's going crazy. I think Tom Cruise mentioned it, but yeah. Anyway, speaking of Ben Stiller, Adam Scott and Ben Stiller talked about Tom Cruise quite a bit when they were shooting. Apparently, when Adam Scott was prepped to run in a suit in Severance, and he decided to use Tom Cruise as a baseline in the Mission Impossible movie.
I mean, it looks good.
Thoughts on that?
Why not? Why not? Looks good.
I think it's funny.
Good for
like
him.
that's pretty. Like I feel like Tom Cruise is the running guy.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Him,
but like
he and Will Smith, they run more than anybody. They're the runners. Yeah.
that and like Sonic, Will Smith and I almost said Keanu. I don't know why I said Keanu. Shadow is on the mind, but Tom Cruise, Will Smith, and Sonic, they need to have a race. Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of cool.
I feel like Tom Cruise would actually win that.
I think Sonic would. No, Sonic wouldn't let him win. Speaking of Sonic, though,
Hey!
It is Jim Carrey's 63rd birthday. Now, I'm not the biggest Jim Carrey fan. I've liked him in some stuff, haven't liked him in others, but I know that he's a comedy legend, so I kind of respect that. And he was pretty damn good as both Robotnik in Sonic 3. Thoughts on that?
Happy birthday, Jim Carrey. I've always loved you.
Yeah. Also, fuck this movie. I hate The Grinch. Anyway.
I also hate The Grinch. John, thanks. I also hate it.
There's only, remember,
like it.
just like Blade, there is only one Grinch, and his name is Boris Karloff. So, I'm gonna say that.
But Ace
Jim
Ventura is still the GOAT. Ace Ventura is still the greatest.
I've never seen either of Ace Ventura movie. I haven't seen
John,
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
also
Mind.
would not work today, but Ace Ventura is brilliant. You need to watch it.
I'll take your word for it. Anyway, so Christopher Ford has confirmed that Jude Law's Jod Nawud in Star Wars Skeleton Crew was found by the Jedi after Order 66. I don't care about Star Wars. Thoughts?
This really means nothing to me, even though I am a fan. I'm so far behind with Star Wars stuff and shows. So cool, good for him.
I think he summed it up pretty well. I mean, okay, but that was pretty clear in the episode. Not sure we needed it spelled out. Is media literacy that bad? To answer your question, Ascani97, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Apparently,
And then
everything's a headline these days. Everything. So.
And then final thing of quick hits. Invincible season 3 is coming out. I haven't finished season 2, but I haven't watched season 2 part 2. I watched season 2 part 1. I do plan to watch that soon because I really like Invincible, even though I heard season 2 was not very good. But I do plan to watch this. His new suit looks cool. Thoughts?
I have no idea what this is, so awesome.
Really? I'm surprised. I thought you watched it.
No, never heard of it. Couldn't tell you anything about it.
It's Amazon Prime. It's a superhero show based on a Robert Kirkman comic book. It's got Stephen Yeun in it, and J. Jonah Jameson plays an evil Superman.
Well, I do like those people, so
Yep,
and
and
add it to the list and maybe watch it in 10
Jillian
years.
Jacobs is in it too. She plays the character
Okay.
in the middle. Very good show.
So maybe 10 years from now, I'll get to it. Maybe.
Maybe with all the shows you need to catch up on.
Yeah,
But,
but I still have to catch up on all the Star Wars.
Yes. Well, you don't have to do that. It sucks anyway.